Hello and welcome back to the Uneducated Employee channel. Hope you are all doing very well. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my journey into personal finance. Why and how? Those are the questions I'm going to be answering. I'm also going to touch on a few of the mistakes I made financially, which has led me to this point where I am today. So I hope this video inspires even just one person to look at their current situation. If they are looking to make a change, then this is the perfect video for them. So let's get straight into it. So the first reason why I wanted to get into personal finance is because of the jobs that I'd worked previously. My first job, I was an apprentice, and it's fair to say I didn't like it. It was a low wage, and it wasn't the best job. It didn't suit me. And then I thought, okay, what about if I jump from this job to a better paid job, a new company? I did that. Same outcome. It ended up that I just didn't like the place. The people I worked with weren't the best. The shifts, the times, everything was probably worse than my first job. And that's when I realised that maybe it's not the job that's a problem, it's work in general, it's work as a concept. So when I wanted to leave these previous jobs, I was trying to research ways to get out basically. And a lot of people were saying to create an emergency fund, give yourself a blanket to fall back on in case you were unemployed for a long period of time. And once I started to research about emergency funds, that's what they're called in the finance world, I was just led down lots of different avenues and lots of different paths, and that's why I am where I am today. FIRE, financial independence, retire early. That's my second reason for getting into personal finance and staying into personal finance. FIRE focuses on the idea that you manage your money effectively so that you can achieve financial independence, and then that leads on to you being able to retire early. Financial independence means to me that I can be rich in time, not rich in money. It will allow me to spend time with friends, family, people that I actually want to spend my time with, but also allow me to do the things that I want to do in life, such as traveling or being creative, maybe starting my own business. That's what FIRE means to me, and that's why I'm so passionate about it. I think the final reason why I am so eager to keep learning about this subject is because I think as you move through life, you will encounter new situations where you need to know about financial stuff. So for me, it has sort of become whatever I encounter in life, I want to understand the financial side of it. So for example, money is everywhere in anything you do. For example, if you want to start a business, as I've mentioned, you need to think about startup costs. You need to think about the tax side of it. You think then about mortgages. That's a loan. You need to understand how a mortgage works, what you need to get a mortgage. So as you progress throughout life, I think your personal finance journey progresses as well. Your mind becomes more and more in tune with the idea of you have to learn these things. So for me now, it's just second nature, and that's why I continue to do it, because it's important to me, because I want to be in the know. I don't want to have my eyes closed in tunnel vision so I don't know what's going on with money. That's why I got into personal finance. But how did I get into personal finance? Where did my journey actually start? And I always remember one story that I think is really, really good and shows my progression. I was 19, I was sitting in an English breakfast cafe with my friends after a night out. The bill came and my card got declined. I couldn't pay for the food, I didn't have enough money. And that showed me that I needed to start using my money more sensibly. So what I started doing is I started to save £200 every month. I had a separate bank account. Every month, that was the first thing I'd do. I'd transfer £200 and it'd stay there. I wouldn't use it for anything. And then after a while, I did that for 2 years, and I started to see the benefits of saving just £200 a month. So if I wasn't in that situation where I couldn't pay for my English brekkie, would I have gone down this route? I'll never know, but for me, that really, really did help as like a eye-opener in terms of what I need to do with my finances. To wrap it up, I just wanted to touch on some of the financial mistakes I've made. So this sort of links to how I got into personal finance, but the first financial mistake I made was trying to impress other people. People will try and keep up with their work colleagues, friends, whoever it may be. And at the end of the day, no one gives a crap. You just got to do whatever makes you happy. For me, I used to buy lots of designer clothes. I was wasting money on nights out, trying to get new expensive gadgets all the time. I was just using all my money. I was living paycheck to paycheck, and it left me nothing at the end of the day, and it gave me nothing. So that is definitely a financial mistake that you should avoid. Don't try and keep up with the Joneses. That's quite a popular phrase that people use in a personal finance world. Do what's best for you. Make sensible financial decisions, because no one else cares what you're doing. My second financial mistake, which sort of links into the first mistake, but I wanted to make a specific point about it, is financing a car. A car is a depreciating asset. As soon as you go into that showroom and you touch a car with your finger, it's probably lost £200. That's how you've got to think of cars. They are the enemy when it comes to personal finance. People can rack up so much debt getting into cars by spending £300, £400 a month on a car lease, especially young people. And I think nowadays, with instant gratification, that you can get a new car like pretty much within a day. You can find a car, get a proof of finance. At the end of the day, you can be snapping it and putting it on your Instagram. I've done it. I made that mistake. I'm still paying for that mistake now. Don't make the same mistake that I did. As I said, cars are a liability. You will very rarely make money off cars. They will always be making you lose money in some way, whether it's running costs, insurance, taxes, maintenance, a breakdown, a repair. Cars are the worst. And finally, thinking that saving is enough. Some people don't even put into pensions. If you are at a workplace, there's a good chance you've probably got a pension, so put into it. That's my first recommendation. But if you're saving £100 under your mattress every month, look, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but with the way the economy is at the moment, inflation is at minimum 2%. That's what it's reported. It's probably higher. You want to be at least matching inflation, so at least put your money into some form of high interest savings account, whether that's 3 or 4%. Because at the end of the day, the way you've got to look at inflation and the way you've got to look at just saving your money in cash or a current account like I used to, inflation is slowly chipping away at that, and your purchasing power of that £100 gets lower. Just think of it as, with £100, if you save that for a year, the next year, your £100 will get you less Freddos, mate. So try and think of it in Freddo form. But I used to make this mistake. I just used to think that as long as I'd saved, that's the most important thing. And I did that for 2 years. And if I had made a little bit more sense of things at the time, I could have been 2 years deeper into investing compared to where I am today. So don't wait, don't put it off. I put it off for a while, actually looking into investing and doing other things with my money. I just saw saving as the safe bet. That is my personal finance journey in a nutshell, in a reasonable time. I do like to ramble quite a lot, so I've had to try and condense it into sort of bullet points to give me an idea of how to talk about it. But hopefully this inspires somebody out there to look at my journey, see where I was and see where I am now. I was somebody that was not able to save, so I went from that, I went to saving £200 a month, and then I went to where I am today, where I consider myself quite financially literate for my age as well. Obviously it's a never-ending journey of finding out more information. You don't know what you don't know. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, but more importantly, share this video with somebody that you think may need to see it. Maybe they are questioning their financial decisions right now, so maybe seeing my journey will help them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon.